Hey everybody, and welcome back to my mommy channel made for moms by a mom. And before we get this video started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can join the mommy club because it's awesome. Okay, so and this video is a part of the breastfeeding series, which I'm gonna link the playlist below in case you haven't been watching it. Last video we did was about how to use your breast pump. So in this video we are going to talk about how to properly store your milk after you've pumped it. Okay. So let's start with, you want to put it in a bag. Now these bags that you're going to buy, breast milk storage bags, they're going to be equipped or made to be able to store things into the freezer for a long period of time. So you don't want to use a sandwich bag or try to make a makeshift bag. You want to get a good bag because you want to make sure that the breast milk is stored in a proper bag, because if it's not, you know, you're giving this to your baby, so you want to be careful of that. So there are all kinds of breast storage bags out there. As a matter of fact, I would suggest going to Amazon and just typing in breast milk storage bags, and a bunch of them will pop up. You can use any kind of storage bag you want. Most pumps will come with like sample bags, like the Lanish or Medela or even the Evenflow. They come with different bags, so you can buy them at the store if you like those type of bags. So my breast pump is an Evenflow, as I showed y'all before. The bags they have are really cute. They're like a little cute Ziploc and everything, but I opted for this other kind of bag, and this is not a sponsored video, but this is by the company called Kind, and I loved their whole breast storage system. I will be getting into this in the next video where I talk about different bottles, because this pouch goes with a bottle and a whole like baby food making system, and it's really cool. So you guys can, yes, you guys can look that up on Amazon if you want. But the next video will be all about that bottle in particular and a couple bottles I do have. So this is the pouch by Kind. It's called Twist, and it's a twist top just like that. The pouches or the breast milk storage bags are all different in the way that you seal them. This one in particular is a twist pouch, a twist top, but they do have like sealers, Ziplocs, whatever, and they all have the ounces on them. Most bags I've seen go up to 5 or 6 ounces, and then you can write on these bags. So it's very important that you write on the bag so you know what date it's from and how much, in case you or someone else is going to feed the baby. So yeah, this one here. So I don't have any breast milk actually that, you know, I had pumped, so I'm just gonna use some water just to show you how this works. So you're just gonna pour your milk inside, and with this bag you're gonna want to spread it out just to make sure you know. So I'm just pulling the bottom apart just to make sure you know how many ounces it is. So this one looks like it's 2 ounces. So then what you're gonna do is twist it on. Make sure you twist it on good. They want to take a Sharpie or a pen. I find that Sharpies work best on these bags, so I use a Sharpie all the time. So I'm gonna circle the 2 like that, and then I'll write today's date on there, which is, I believe today is the 11th. So you write it just like that. And that's how you would store your bag. If you were at a daycare or something, then let's say your daughter's name is Susan. You will write, you know, your daughter's name on there, whatever. And, you know, you could write your phone number, all kinds of stuff like that if it's, if you were taking it to daycare. Now we're going to get into the whole how long you store your breast milk. So your breast milk can stay in a deep freezer for a year, and it could stay in like a freezer that's attached to your refrigerator for about 6 months. If you put it all the way in the back of the freezer, then it'll last longer. Freshly expressed breast milk, which is milk that you just pumped, that will be able to stay out for 4 hours. After that, it's no good. It'll be able to stay in the refrigerator for 3 days. How to defrost your breast milk. So if it's frozen, you're going to take it out of the freezer, put it in the refrigerator, and you can let it thaw. You can also put it in a bottle warmer and let it thaw like that, or you can heat up some water in the microwave. Just make sure the water's not boiling water, and defrost it into there. It should take probably about 20 minutes if you defrost it like in a bottle warmer. If you put it in the refrigerator, it'll probably take 1 day to defrost. If you end up not using that milk that you defrosted, you cannot put it back into the freezer. That is a no-go, okay? You must use it within 2 days, the thawed out milk. If you have frozen milk, like let's say you pumped, I don't know, 2 ounces, but you wanted to fill up a pouch for 5 ounces. If that milk is already in the freezer, then you can't pump fresh milk over top of it. It'll mess up the process of its freezing. It could also, because your breast milk is warm, it's not hot, but it's warm, it could defrost the milk that's already frozen and just mess up the taste of the milk in general. So once it's in the freezer, it needs to stay in there unless you're gonna thaw it out to use it. None of these pouches, none of these breast milk bags go into the microwave. They actually say that on there. Like this one says, do not put in the microwave and do not boil, because you can melt the bag and then there'll be plastic in your milk. That's just not good. Your breast milk, as we've talked about before, actually has vitamins and minerals and other good things in it for the baby. Well, if your breast milk is hot, scalding hot, then you've actually killed all of those minerals and vitamins that your baby needs. So your milk, when it comes out of your breast, it's warm, you know, like lukewarm. So it should be warm in the bottle. It shouldn't be piping hot. It shouldn't be cold. It shouldn't be frozen. It should be warm, okay? So I'm just going to add a clip into here about how the breast milk looks inside of my freezer. So this is just my freezer and what the pouches look like. I have this cute little shelf that came with my kind pouches, and as you can see, they're just sitting in there, and I just organize them by date, and sometimes I put more or less milk in each one depending on if I'm gonna make something or whatever with it. And I really don't have that much breast milk because I exclusively breastfeed my daughter. I pump once in a while, like if somebody's gonna babysit her or something like that, and then I just have some in the freezer for her babysitting. So you might actually have a ton of milk if you're not exclusively breastfeeding and you're pumping, and so they could be bottle fed but with breast milk, or you know, for moms who are doing daycare and all that stuff, you guys might have a ton of milk just stacked up. So all you want to do is store it face down with the dates, the oldest date at the top, so the newer dates, you know, you don't use those first, and then just kind of lay them on top of each other. Maybe get a container or you know, shelving system or whatever you have to do. Just keep your breast milk all nice and organized, and make sure that when somebody's picking it up, they're picking up the correct date, because then you don't want to have older milk in the freezer and then they use your newer milk, because then that one will get old faster. But that's it. Oh, and some of these breast milk bags are actually recyclable, which is really cool, but they're not reusable, so do not reuse these bags. Once you empty out the milk, you need to get a new bag. That's why I'm suggesting Amazon, because you can get a big bulk of bags for a nice discounted price. Sometimes you go to the store and they may cost a little more. So but yeah, if you take this milk out and then reuse the bag or the pouch, then that residue will be stuck in there, and that could make your baby sick, because we've already talked about old milk. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you've learned a little bit about how to store your breast milk. Make sure to tune in. This series is not over. We've got so much more to talk about, and make sure that you guys subscribe and share this video with other moms. Make sure you guys leave me some comments so we could discuss some things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Today, oh my God. So, now she's closing the door. Hey, what are you doing? What? What do you have there? What are you doing? What are you doing? Put that down.